Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ini and you are watching Parenting with Ini, where I get to share my parenting experiences as well as give the platform to other parents to be able to share their experiences as well. So if this is the first time you're stopping by here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and remember to turn on the notification bell. Talking of guests, guys, as you can see, like clearly I have guests on my channel today and I'm so privileged to have you guys. Thank you so much for actually coming to do this with me. Yeah, so I'll let them introduce themselves and then we'll dive straight into this video.
Hi, my name is Pauline of Mwakazis family. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Mwakazis of Mwakazis Fitness.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure having you guys here. Okay, so guys, I'm sure you already know them. You've probably heard their story on Tuko. If you don't, I'll definitely leave the link in my description box. They've talked to us about how they met on Tinder, but today I want them to talk to us about the waiting period. After now you've gotten married, you know, and everybody's expecting you're supposed to be having a baby immediately. So I want them to just talk to us about the waiting period. How has it been for you guys?
Yeah, it has been tough. It's not an easy thing, but we accept and every day we push on, because we are also longing for that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has it been for you? Did you have any pressure? Have you had pressure so far from people?
There is pressure. Personally, I don't have pressure. But you see, that's also a very sensitive thing. Because you see, like guys, I've seen our stories. I have kids too. So she's parenting my two kids as we wait for my kids. So sometimes when I tell her, I'm not giving you pressure, she might tend to think, because you have kids, I want money. So it's a very tricky balancing, situation, because sometimes I have to like talk nicely to them, like to her.
Would you tell us if your waiting is by choice or?
Sorry, no, it's not my own choice, but a situation. When it comes to medical issues, you need to wait. Yeah, and the reason why I'm waiting is because I was diagnosed with some endometriosis. Endo is whereby the lining, the endo lining goes outside the uterus, develops outside the uterus. So making it more of fibroids, but more painful. Yeah, because fibroid grows inside the uterus, but not endo grows outside the uterus, and it damages your intestines, your ovaries, and I think the intestines and the ovaries. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us briefly about the endo?
Sure.
Please do.
It's a good thing now that so many people are coming to learn about endometriosis.
Yeah, sure.
Many people didn't know about endo. They only know about fibroids, but there is something called endometriosis, and its causes and symptoms are more or so of fibroids. Because you just experience the painful cramps as usual, you experience pains, you experience bloating, you experience... In fact, let me say, endo is just like a fake pregnancy, because your stomach swells because of bloating, and then you start feeling back pains, you start feeling, you have all sorts of mood swings, you have cravings, you have... everything is in you. And once you have endometriosis, now you think, no, I'm pregnant, you start waiting. And now it gives you that, the feeling of you're done with your menses, and now you're still waiting for another 28 days for a normal lady to have menses. Just wait for 28 days, and then you have your periods, and then after 28 days. But for endometriosis, you just have your periods like today, you're done. You think you're done? In about 3 days, it's back. More painful and more heavy. Yes.
Okay. So it works almost like fibroids or points.
Yeah, it works like fibroids, but more.
It's more intense.
It's more intense. Because fibroids don't cause infertility.
Okay.
That's one thing. Because if you have a small fibroid, it can be managed. Because the doctors will tell you, or your gynae will tell you, try and conceive
Yeah.
to eliminate them.
You
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
you
I've
get
heard that.
pregnancy.
I've heard that. Yeah.
But for endometriosis, the gynae can't tell you, you have a small endo, we need to eliminate that, so you need to get pregnant to eliminate that. No. You have first to work on that endometriosis. So if you have to get pregnant, you have to get pregnant by force.
Yeah. After you've dealt with the endo itself.
Yes.
But fibroid, you can actually get married, get
Get
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah, you can
And
get
then
pregnant.
it's
It
gone.
gets off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if your fibroid is big, now you're going to jumble about your pregnancy and your pregnancy and the fibroid. So somewhere, the fibroid will get lost. But for endometriosis, you can't get pregnant. If you don't work on it, you're not going. Even if you work on it, it will take time for you to conceive.
They say 1 in every 10 women has endometriosis.
Yeah.
That's something I think people take for granted. So like if you talk about 1 in every 10, it's 1 in every 10.
Yeah.
something.
1 in every 10 women, one has endometriosis.
So you see, it's something very sensitive, and it's something that we need to talk about and need to sensitize people about, because everybody wants to become a parent. We all want to know to talk about parenting.
Of course,
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for her case, having discovered that she has, number one, when we kept on going to the hospital, we were looking into the fibroid. It was 1 centimeter?
Yeah, it was 1
So
centimeter.
doctor was saying it's about 1 centimeter, the fibroid now.
Okay.
So all those on our mind was the fibroid. So we kept on trying to get pregnant. Well, now that's the natural way of
Or getting it.
yes. Now trying to get pregnant, and now the journey started, and the journey got intense because you're in and out of the hospital. Every time you walk in, you ask for like 3,000 Kenyan shillings. Now we changed guidance.
Okay.
Now, because after she's done a lot of processes, a lot of scanning, a lot of. So it was not until now when she went for operation. Remember, we were now doing a surgical operation to remove the fibroid. Yeah, that was the initial
Yeah, to
thing
remove
that
the
we were.
fibroid and to clear up the way, the tubes, the fallopian tubes.
So
Yeah.
in the process of clearing the fibroid,
Discover
now that's when
something
now
else.
the doctor discovered actually the tubes are blocked.
Okay.
A surgical operation that used to take like 2 hours ended up taking 6 hours. Because now the doctor could not okay, now we've worked on the fibroid. Do we close? Yeah. Do we close the womb? Do we do? No. So the doctor had now to clear the fallopian tubes. So because either way they're already inside.
Yeah.
And so now the process took quite longer, but now they're trying now to cut and to clear the path until everything was okay. All this while I had a very nice time, enjoying, and I was actually given, you know what we call a dry theater? She was in the theater, but me I was in the dry theater. The
what's
dry
that?
theater is a room with a huge screen, and you are seeing nothing apart from the inside. You
Oh.
understand?
Okay.
So when they put in the knives and all the tools you're using inside, there is now another camera inside.
Oh my God.
They insert the camera through the umbilical cord, so that even the doctor, because it wasn't like like a full operation, bikini operation. So it was just incision, and the gadgets were inserted in. So to see what is inside, the doctor also uses the lens. So they are seeing from the skin, and they keep on cutting. And so as they are seeing, I'm also seeing on the other side. So I can see what the doctor is doing. And yeah, to me it was like
How was that for you? Like a
Um,
movie?
Yes,
Oh
I was
my
enjoying.
goodness! Like
I was enjoying. Not only do I know her, now I know her inside. I understand. Her kidneys, her fallopian tubes.
okay. Oh my goodness!
All
Like
that.
I'm sure it sounds funny right now, but I'm sure during that time it wasn't. Like it was really a bit traumatizing.
It was, but somehow I had trust in the doctor. You know, sometimes when you have before that, we had actually done like a background check on the doctor.
Okay.
He's one of the best in the country, one of the best. So we knew we are in safe hands.
For that dealing
Yes, dealing with that now, we knew we are in safe hands. So whatever he was doing, I could see, you know, precision. Because I used to love certificates in medical, and actually after high school, I was to do medicine and surgery. So to me, it was like, you know, a mental practice of what I would have done much later in life. So the process went through. After 6 hours, she was out. Now the fallopian tubes are clear. The fibroid is now taken out. And yeah, I was given my video to go and review it at home if I wanted to review it. Okay, that's a story for another day. But the bottom line is, she now has to wait. We have to wait. Now the journey begins.
The waiting journey.
The waiting journey begins, and the waiting journey is sometimes so long that you don't know how long it will take.
Exactly. So guys, I hope you've learned something about the endo and fibroid and the difference, you know, and actually how it works, how it can actually affect a woman's body. Yeah, I'm actually also learning from this, and I hope you are as well. You can leave that in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think and what have you experienced any of those before. Let us know in the comment section. So now the waiting period.
Now the waiting.
Yeah.
1 month went by. So every time she gets her period, she gets ready, you know, because her expectation is now I'm going to get pregnant. You understand?
Yeah.
So every time she gets like her menses, she's, you know, devastated. Of course I feel her, because now we are in the waiting period.
Yeah.
We want to be parent. As much as, you know, as much as she wants, I also want us to have another baby. And now the waiting period is indefinite, because nobody tells you it will take a month. Nobody tells you it will take 2 months. Actually now the doctor kept on giving us other theories. There's a person who was there with the same problem.
Yeah.
And after all the, you know, they exhausted all the, you know, every method they could, they opted for IVF. IVF is a very expensive affair. So they went for IVF, not locally, I think they started locally first. The first 2 IVF they did in Kenya. You can imagine doing the first IVF, which cost around 400,000 or 500,000. Then they went for the second one, after now they couldn't get pregnant. Then now they went for the third one abroad. And the fourth one again abroad. And still they couldn't get pregnant. Then now they decided, together with the doctor, now we have given up, we have exhausted, because before you start IVF, doctors will tell you to do IUI.
What are those? Do you want to explain?
IUI is more like they take my eggs.
Yeah, IUI, what normally happens with IUI is whereby, because the sperms can't flow easily. Maybe they are killed because of the acidity of the vaginal fluid. Maybe it's so acidic, or maybe it can't, there is no enough fluid to make the sperms float the eggs. What the doctors normally encourage you to do is IUI, which is from him, they take the eggs and then they put it directly. So not letting the sperm flow, but they'll take the sperm and put it directly to the egg. Yeah. So they take the sperm from the man,
Yes.
and they put it directly to the eggs.
So you can imagine the second trial is now the IUI. After the IUI, now you go to the IVF. You see, these are processes. After you exhaust now the IVF, now what else? There is nothing else to wait for. So this couple decided, okay, we've given up on everything, we've tried our level best, we're giving up. And they gave up. Let me tell you, 3 months did not end. They got pregnant naturally.
And it was
to
twins.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's such a blessing.
So the doctor was like, we can't even, there is no medical, theory or understanding that can explain that. Yeah, sometimes you let God do his thing. Yeah, like if you exhaust everything. So until like now we've gotten to that point. We don't want to. Yes, it's in me actually to even try the IUI. You never know. Then, if possible, we try the IVF. You never know. But having had cases from different people of that it didn't work, or to some it worked. So what do we do? Should we wait?
Should you just try?
Should we just try? But you see, the trying comes with now the finances.
I know, because it can be very expensive.
If I win a jackpot or Lady Luck smiles at me, we are off. Yeah? The next plane to go to. So I'll not like trying to exhaust, the few times locally. I'll go internationally and make sure she has.
So now let's bring it down closer to your end. How has it been for you waiting? I mean, dealing with the external pressure. Like, how has it been for you as the woman? Yeah.
Now the problem is there, and the fact that now you have to work on yourself. First, it can mental torture, because getting to sit with women who have children and seeing children around you all the time, and you see, in your family you just get to hear, oh, your brother has a kid, your sister is giving birth, and now you have to go there and give support, the celebrations of holding a baby and everything. For me, it drains me. And most of the time when I get to hear my friends who are pregnant and they've given birth, I cry. I tend to change my mood. Not because I'm not happy for them, I'm happy because now it makes me feel, but why not me?
Yes,
Celebrating for me, but it's okay. So waiting for me has been a challenge. So many people tell me, oh, Pauline, you got to do this, Pauline, you got to buy this, Pauline, you need to take this. Sometimes you try all these things, and as a woman, if you take so much hormones in your body, it might end up making things worse. Yeah, that's not. So remember when we were trying to conceive the first time, we were told we have to take some drugs, we have to take pregnant care, we have to take all these drugs that can make you pregnant. Supplements. Yeah, and these supplements, remember there's chromate inside, and chromate, once you take chromate, it makes your eggs to ripen very fast, and that makes you to have the urge of seeing your partner. So imagine you are taking retrazole, you're taking chromate, you're taking pregnant, you're taking all these supplements, boost your eggs so that you can be pregnant. So tell me, what will happen? You have all those hormones in your body, and one day you get multiple 6 children, 7.
When you get 7 or 6, the next thing you see me in media or the government to help us. Because now
Raise the baby.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wouldn't love that. So still in my waiting, even if I'm trying so much, I want so much to have that baby easier. Every year I just think, this is my year. I know this is going to get pregnant. Every month I say, this is my year to get pregnant. This is my year. This and this and this. So even if I want that, I don't want to have multiple, like extreme multiples. I can have twins. For me, it's okay. But I don't want extra multiples that I can't take care of.
You can even anywhere. So we are finalizing.
So as I was saying, I wouldn't love to have so many multiple kids that I can take care of, despite how much you ask God to give you a baby. Yeah, so the waiting for me, it's also a plus because I'm learning a lot from other women who have undergone endometriosis. I wouldn't like to rush and tell God, I want a baby, God, I want this baby, and then God gives me a special kid. Still it will be sad because I'm pushing it so hard, so I have to wait for God to just give it to me.
There's always a reason why. Because there are so many people, even like young guys, when even you're trying to make love to someone for the first understanding.
Then you get pregnant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people who doesn't want pregnancy, it comes fast. But for people who are looking for and really want, it doesn't happen. So it's hard to understand. And the best you can do now is, I think sometimes you just sit back, relax, and
Just take
I think when now you're so relaxed, then it happens.
it can actually happen.
You're like,
Exactly.
you have to take up so many,
And people are like, what trick did you use now that you got pregnant? What trick did you use now that you're not using?
And you actually can't even explain
You
it.
can't explain.
Exactly. Because for you, you just calm down and allow God to have His way. And maybe to Mwakazis, how has it been from your end as the man, in the picture, and any pressure, any external pressure? And how are you handling it? How are you dealing with it?
The only external pressure, and it doesn't have to come verbally. Nobody has like to tell you.
Yeah.
You feel it. I feel it that she wants, because I've learned to study her, and I know every time she has like a message, her mood slow down, and it's not something that I have to understand. I have to understand from her point of view. So from the parents as well, see every time maybe her other siblings are getting kid after kid, and you are going for those baby showers and all that, you feel yes, you feel like psychologically she's affected. So the best I can do on my part is now to be there for her. But you see, it's also tricky because every time I keep on telling her to I'm not giving pressure, there's that aspect of that you have to love her. So there's no pressure. Understand? So it's very tricky on my part. How do I strike a balance between I know what you want and I'm willing to wait, and now you have your own kids, you understand? So it's a balance act on my part, and the good thing is she is a very good mother to my kids. Beautiful. And I think it might also be a learning curve for
For
her as
her,
well.
yeah, as she waits.
Oh yes, so this is how now you need to take care of kids and all that. They bond so well. They bond so well, and she feels nice when they call her mom, because they call her mom. Yeah. Yes, she will feel nice in front of people, that at least, because that stigma.
Yeah.
That stigma is, when you have kids who are calling you mom, you feel nice.
Yeah.
The people who don't know you, they believe you have kids. But deep inside you know what it is.
I would hear some doctors advise parents in the waiting season to even think of adopting a baby. And I tend to believe the reason could be just to help them, prepare them. As the wait is also preparing you psychologically to be a parent, And also maybe as you're also taking care of someone else's baby, I don't know what it does, but it makes you...
Hormones, psychology and everything.
So it actually connects.
Prepares you to get.
Yes.
I've had some doctors say that as well. And actually, after they advise you to adopt, something happens. I don't know whether it's mechanism,
Exactly.
Everything prepares you to become a parent, and you end up becoming a parent.
Yeah, that's true.
But you see, now we don't have to.
Yeah, because you're ready. Yeah, and parenting doesn't have to be if you've given birth. Just having another child, someone with you who you're playing a parent role to them, you're actually a parent.
Yes.
Yeah, you're actually a parent. So even Pauline is already a parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Just now we are trusting God now that she gives birth to her own baby.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you can just talk to another family out there who's just watching, and they're wondering, are we alone in this journey, waiting, trusting God for a baby? What advice would you give to them?
What I would love to tell them is never give up. Don't give up. Be yourself. Always be happy. Even if things are not working the way you want them to work. Just be patient, be positive. And I would also like to tell people that always have that you time, you and your partner time. Learn a lot. When I mean learning a lot, I don't say like you have to tell me more of science, more of your work, no. just get to connect. You know, also have that time to know your partner, connect, have these games, you know, you just be through with each other. And that you just find yourself talking to him and you're getting to understand what you feel.
So to the parents there who are also in our shoes, the waiting phase, I don't know. I think we need to have like an association where we are all waiting together.
Encouraging each other.
I encourage you exactly, but I don't think we have that. Whereby parents who are waiting, parents who have like a situation like ours, can meet up and encourage each other. I think we need to document that and to encourage more to those who are waiting.
And maybe just as we round up, would you give 1 or 2 tips on what someone can be doing as they wait? Yeah, what is working for you currently? What's helping you in this season?
I thank God first I got a person who helps me in this. One in form of my dieting, eating. I'm a poor feeder. Not in terms of eating, but I like eating junks more than healthy. So that's one. I think working on your health, dieting and everything, that's one. Number 2, working out. I remember there's a time my husband had a time he was trying to conceive for so many years and he was not conceiving at all. But the minute they started training, even how many months?
3 months.
3 months, she got pregnant. And she was like, what have I been doing? Yeah, what have I been doing that I didn't get pregnant? And then, so she went to conceive, she carried the pregnancy to term, she gave birth, and now she came back, she wanted to cut that baby fat. She wanted to get back the shape. But immediately she got back to training.
We trained again, she got pregnant again. Went, delivered, came back now to really shape now baby number 2.
Oh my goodness.
Came back, we exercised, she got pregnant again.
Yeah, she got pregnant.
So it was funny, like when she's trying to explain to people. Like when now she was meeting my wife for the first time. So she told her, every time I come to your husband, I get pregnant.
Yeah, and if you have if you have a bad mind, like you start thinking,
interpret that so much.
You start thinking, wow. So this lady, they exercise. So it's not all about exercising alone. There's something else happening. But
it's the way she said. Every time I come to your husband, I get pregnant.
And she starts training, in fact, right?
Yeah, so she doesn't get pregnant anymore.
So I'm also asking myself, why am I training with him and I'm not getting pregnant?
Yeah, this thing should also affect you as well.
It affects me,
Maybe I need to get to another training. I'm sure on a lighter note.
So you're saying exercise?
Yeah, exercise and diet and health.
To go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And a supportive partner.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I don't understand is people eat junk. You just get someone who just take anything
And they
drink
get
and they get pregnant.
So it's
You
I
don't
don't
truly
know.
understand what.
So basically, this is just God is doing his own thing,
Yes.
and then
I
at
think
the right
he knows
time.
the right time, just like
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. I've actually learned a lot about this endo and fibroid thing. And I'm hoping that someone out there who is probably in the waiting season, just remember that you're not alone. Yeah, these things do happen. And you may not know how long you might be waiting, but the time will come. And God's time is always the best, right? Yeah, God's time is always the best. Also, on your part, you can also be working on your diet, like they have said. Work on your exercise,
Yes.
and try to have supportive system around you. It could be your partner, your siblings, your parents. Just the support system that gives you positive energy. Yeah, and the positive energy around you, right? That really helps. Not people who always have to remind you of the situation that you are in. Not people who always have to remind you of the season that you're currently in, but encouraging you and letting you know that it's just a season, it will pass. Okay? It will pass. So thank you so much, the Mwakazis. It's been a pleasure doing this video with you. I hope it will help 1 or 2 people out there. They have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
My YouTube channel is Mwakazis family, where you meet Mwakazis and the kids and me doing the usual family matters. Yeah, and we also talk about marriage and relationship. So yeah.
And my YouTube channel is Mwakazis Fitness. I deal with fitness and nutrition purely. Marital issues, parenting issues, Mwakazis family. So Mwakazis Fitness for fitness, Mwakazis family for AOB.
AOB. So you can check their channels out. I'll leave that in the description box. Please do check it out and kindly subscribe also when you're there. Okay. I hope you've loved this content. If you do, give us a thumbs up. Leave a sweet comment in the comment section. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We'll see you in our next video. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay positive always.